Leave him alone. Hey, here, have your, time for you to get two left. There's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Eat it up, little one.
I see a picture of your little one here.
Huh? Yeah.
You posted this?
What?
This picture.
Probably. Oh, yeah. Yep, I did. Here's oh, that's why I tried to hold a drink.
So open on this one. Try to.
Well,
Or,
I was gonna try to make a pre-roll with his last tip for a competition.
oh,
Because I got some deadhead. I don't like the look of it that much, but it smokes like fucking heaven.
smells great.
Yeah.
I just don't like the looks.
Yeah, so we'll see about doing a pre-roll. But I don't know if a plain pre-roll is gonna, I'd probably have to roll like 2 grams. This is 2 grams right here.
That is?
Yes.
It's not a bad looking too, right?
No, this isn't the stuff.
Why does this taste like milk?
Huh?
Why does this taste like milk ball?
I don't know.
Okay, what now? Good night. It's just a bunch of hearts.
Yeah.
I told this girl, I'm probably not coming to the Philippines, and if I did, I'm not marrying anybody. I'm too old to get married.
She must get married so she can become a citizen.
No, not necessarily. She wants me to come there and either live there or bring her here. But the point is, she's like super religious, man. That Catholic doctrine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Daddy gives you the good one.
I don't think that's gonna work. That's not gonna work
I
out
want
for me.
to.
That's not gonna work out for me.
Rudy, do you want some watermelon?
No, I'm good.
I mean, we have so much.
All
Steve
right.
bought me a watermelon this big.
Well, if you force me to eat it, I'll eat a little bit.
Can you take, this is the smaller one. Can you take this?
You mean take it?
Can you eat this?
Yeah, but
Because we still have another huge one and all this.
oh, okay. As long as I'm not.
No, and this is meat. I don't want it to go bad.
Gotcha.
It tastes really good right now, but you're still working for a while, so I'm gonna put it back in the fridge.
All right.
Thank you.
No,
I
thank
told
you.
Steve to try and give it to someone
I love
before
fruit.
you
I
know
love
it
fruit.
does
Fruit
go
love.
bad.
I bought some. I thought I'd like guava, but I don't. No, it wasn't guava.
What was the one I was seeing
No, it wasn't
was
guava.
good for like menstrual cramps? Was it papaya?
Yeah.
Papaya.
Was that the one? I got a jar of sliced up. I think it is papaya. That's what it is. But I don't like it.
No, I've only ever had it like frozen in like a tropical mixed blend
Yeah,
of
me
fruit.
too. Something like that. But by itself,
I've never actually. I don't
it was
even think
sweet
I've
and
ever
everything,
seen
but I
one
didn't
in
like
the
the
store.
texture. It
You
wasn't. It was the texture I didn't like.
What was it like?
It was like mushy.
Oh, like a too ripe mango. Just
Maybe that's what.
mush.
Maybe it was too ripe. You might be
Yeah. Well, this was her lunch, so I mean, she ate her breakfast good, but I'm just gonna leave that out till dinner, I guess. It's a little high. Do you mean to like angle it down a little bit?
No, no. It's perfect.
Okay.
Because I can see it on the screen.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's right.
I
Okay.
just wanted to get rid of that so people can see what I was doing.
Gotcha.
I love this fucking guy.
With the thing in it.
Yep. You know I don't like tips.
Yeah, I know. I'm not crazy about them either. To be honest with you.
I'm glad if you're gonna do anything, the last one is one more, that's the way to go.
Because.
It doesn't suck up as much.
Okay.
I don't believe it does. I could be wrong. I could be a bullshitter.
Anything's possible. That's not your MO, but
Well, I don't do tips because of the fact I feel like they taste bad. They affect the taste of the meat.
so you think the glass would affect it less? Yeah, I think it would too.
Just a little bit.
Because that cardboard. I'll never have to worry about that because I never smoked like Joyce Town when we began with.
Well,
I've got a bottle this high, that big and round and all, full of cocktail. Completely full. Can't get any more in the jar.
alright, let's let that dry in a second.
2.5 years of cocktails.
So,
Well, it looks neat.
2 grams works. So I'd have to do 2 plus grams per joint. And you're going up against a bunch of keef joints and oil joints and
All kinds of stuff.
yeah, like. So it's one of those things. Is it worth it? Maybe.
Yeah, it's worth it. Well, I don't know.
Is it worth a try?
It depends on your
Do I have a chance?
perspective, but I would say it's worth it.
Do I have a chance against those things?
Yeah, you're right. But that's the whole point.
See, I think like there's times where I'm like, people just do not know. People,
Most people don't know.
I feel like they're faking the fuck out.
A lot of people don't know. I say most people don't know.
No, just fake it. There's a difference between not knowing and saying you don't know, and not knowing and being like, oh, it tastes like blueberries. No, it doesn't. There's no fucking weed that tastes like blueberries. I've smelled weed that smelled like blueberries, but that blueberry terpene is such a volatile thing. I think it's gone by the time it even comes close to being dry.
Yeah.
So I have tasted waxes, specific waxes that have been called banana, and
They taste it that way.
you taste it, but it's because they're cutting it down and they're taking it right at that moment. So, it's different fucking smell, different beast at that by the time it dries.
You got rid of that machine.
What?
Yeah, suppression.
Yep. You use butane?
No.
What will we use pressure?
Did you have
Oh no, I still have that.
You do?
Where I can press it, yeah. Like I'm thinking about getting some.
I want to press some hash.
Well,
I think it would be very interesting.
done it.
Oh, you did? And
It's all right.
it didn't make it better or taste smoother?
No. No, it tastes burnt, to be honest. Most
Oh,
of
it
the time.
did?
Yeah, it tastes like burnt. I don't even know. So,
I'm good. I'm getting ready to go into full hash production.
I think 2 grams of flour.
And that's what that is?
Yep.
It's a nice size. I mean, anybody would be satisfied with that.
I know. It was about winter.
It's about more than that. That's just part of it. There's a whole bunch of other stuff surrounding it.
I mean, the winter is what matters. The rest of it's irrelevant.
Well, yeah, you're right. But you also look at what came in second and third place. What were they? Did the people really
I
like?
mean, placing is the main thing. It doesn't matter if it's first, second, or third. Having your name read off is
Right.
the point. The rest of it's irrelevant. You want to be in one of those places. Like I entered in that competition at Rainbow Farms coming up soon, or this weekend, Saturday.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 7 o'clock fucking award ceremony. You assume Indica's gonna be one of the last ones they read off.
Probably.
So you're looking at 9 o'clock before my award is read off, and it's a 3-hour fucking drive.
Yeah. Well, you win whether you're there or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They notify you if you won, right?
I hope so. I mean,
Okay.
there'll be videos.
I was going to say,
They'll put it
well,
on it,
are they online? Maybe
they'll
it's
put it
online.
on. Well, they'll put it online. But you remember Abby, my friend Abby,
Yeah, I think I
disc
did.
golfer,
Yeah.
started working in the cannabis industry.
Yeah, right,
She-
right.
For a while.
Right.
She
She's still in that line of work?
She's with some trimming company now.
Okay.
Some female-owned trimming company.
Oh, this tastes good.
Yeah, that could win too.
This tastes good. Like this.
That one tastes better than the other one.
Very, really a quality taste. I'm getting. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's what you want, right there. The bird looks okay.
Burn looks good. It's got some fucking,
It's got cough.
look at that resin ring.
Yeah, I can see it from here. Yeah, and it's got good coughability. The taste is good.
Well, this isn't the one I was gonna enter.
But I'm just saying.
I know, but I'm debating now.
Well, had you smoked that before?
I smoked the other one. It tastes, that joint you just smoked, that roach
Yeah.
you smoked was
The other one?
the other one, but again, it's, maybe I'm wrong, maybe this was the other one.
I like that one.
And it smoked good to that last bit.
It really is. It really is.
Damn.
Is this glass?
Yeah, that's glass. I can buy 100 of those for $29.
Well, that's not bad.
Oh, we will.
And
Whenever you want, brother. You tell me and he'll come back. A buddy of mine, Mr. K.
oh, okay.
He's a connoisseur,
Oh, well,
as you would say. He's definitely one of those.
That's good.
One of those guys that can taste weed.
That's what you want, connoisseurs. People that have tasted a lot of different varieties of weed over the years and know something about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's gonna be a group out
In
there.
fact, I'm gonna make myself available as a consultant to some of these companies. I gotta figure out how to do it, but I wanna make myself available as a consultant as well. As far as
You
taste,
know what we should start doing?
what's that?
If you want to do that, you should start calling them. Calling the different companies and saying, hey, we do a little live show,
Right.
blah 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 blah. We'll pay for the weed at a fair price. We're looking for 2 or 3 samples of your best weed,
Yeah.
and we'd like to,
Okay, so that means I have to find out what companies are around Michigan or in Michigan.
just in this area, there's a bunch of them. Like Warren's opening up a ton of fucking.
And
places.
get your telephone number and talk to someone
It's
that's
not hard to.
yeah, okay.
You just gotta look up companies.
That's
you know
what
what I'm
I'm
saying? Like figure
That's-
out a company that, because again, some of them aren't gonna be around here. You'll have some that are like, there's a lot of places out, like most of the places that have been opened already are
A
usually
little,
north.
yeah, an hour away,
Yeah.
hour and a half away, shit like that. But there are a lot around here too. There are. I've been talking to a lot of different people that go to these dispensaries.
That's another thing too. Dispensaries you can check out too.
Yep. Oh, yeah, but I need to make up something official looking.
What about looking to see how much that fucking billboard is over on 8 Mile?
How much do you think it could be? You probably have to lease it for at least a month, I would think.
Yeah.
Well,
I
maybe
mean,
not. That might not be true.
no, you probably got your I don't know, I'd have to ask somebody.
Well, see, we need to advertise the podcast show for one thing. And I was thinking we could have contests too.
I mean, billboards aren't really the best way. The best way is to use Facebook and shit like that, but they won't let me.
Because of the subject matter?
Yeah. so I can't fucking advertise on anything like that. So it's like, unless you gotta find people who know how to do that shit.
You need a producer, man. Somebody that's produced shit before to know what you're doing.
Well,
I mean, really, to do it right,
yeah, you do.
you do.
You do.
Because
You're
a
right.
producer,
You're right.
everything we talked about just now, you would be doing. You would be calling.
Yeah, I know. But it goes back to the, what are you trying to do?
Well,
Are you trying to get to a point where you make money off of it, or are you trying? Because if that's the case, then there's a couple people who might, you know, I know that might do it pro bono.
Well, okay, let's put it this way. What do you want to do with it?
I don't care. Either way.
I want
I'm trying to-
I want to reach more
You know what
audience.
I'm trying to
I want to. I want to reach more audience.
I'm just your flavor. That's all I am. It's your show.
Well, no.
No.
You,
It is your show in the sense that I'm. in
you're
my head-
featuring me. It's
No.
your show.
No, it's your show. It's not even about whether people come to see me or you. The show centers around you mostly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it. It's Smoking with Rudy. It's
Gotcha.
cannabis review. Yeah, I'm here, but you're the talking one. You're the
Gotcha.
one that's got, not necessarily, like, me and Justin, the Flower Hour, is Justin's show.
Gotcha.
I'm not here to be a lead person on a
Yeah,
show.
I've looked at a couple of those shows too. They're nice.
Yeah, I don't want to be a lead dog because I have too much other things I'm trying to do right now that I can't. I can put the effort in. I don't want to put the effort in.
Gotcha.
You know, so there's a certain amount of effort that it's going to require, and
Yeah, it is. Without a doubt.
a lot of effort. And finding people who want to get in. Well, I mean, not on screen. Probably on screen now. I'll probably just keep you off screen.
Not any difference.
I know. But, I don't know. It's one of those things. What do you want? Because whatever you want, I'll go with. We'll figure out how to do it that way.
I'm gonna look for a producer.
Okay.
I think that's the number one thing we need.
And what's he gonna produce and?
Or she, it might be a she. It might be
Yeah,
a
what
she.
is it gonna produce?
They're gonna produce. They're gonna.
What are they? That's a
Yeah. Find guests for the show. Maybe advertising, but only on a certain level. We control it. There's advertising. They can go out and seek advertising and just help expand the show. You know, a half an hour before we go on, we know what we're gonna basically what the topic of the show's gonna be that day.
Well, do you want to start doing topics? Because right now it's just
Yeah, we
just get on.
do
and
need
randomly
to
just talk
have
about
what I
bullshit.
call subtopics.
Talk about whatever the fuck comes to head.
Right. And things that are current, news or
Yeah, I mean we don't really do that. We don't actually. That's the thing that takes research.
well, no, it doesn't. Well, yeah,
Yes,
to a
it
certain
does.
degree. Well, no. I look at the news. I look at the news every day.
I don't.
The first thing I do in the morning when I get up is I take my phone and I look at the headlines around the world. That's the first thing I do in the morning. Sometimes I'm in the tub and I got that on, so I know what's going on. So I do that every day. In fact, I do it maybe 2 or 3 times.
Well, then you need to take a notebook with you and write down the topics that you want to talk about. And then you need to send me messages so I know. So
You
I
have
can
an idea what might
what
be coming
you're
up for the
talking
show.
Because again,
I mean,
like I was listening to this dude before I got on here. There's this guy, Some More News is what his podcast or his little channel is, and he was basically talking about critical race theory and how, like, he played a section. He goes, "Oh, so they're teaching this to your kids, huh? Well, put your kid on right now and let him watch." And it's literally this dude talking about it. And like by the end of it, he's like, "Do you understand it? I didn't. I don't know how the fuck you did, but like it's not something that it takes so much thought just to even put it. It's one of those things that's up for debate constantly in the court, in the education realm, I guess you would say.
well, you know what?
But it's become this fucking naughty word.
Yeah, but see, that's all propaganda bullshit.
I know it is.
Because, first of all, I'm a black man. I went to black schools when I was coming up. They didn't teach me anything about black history at any school until I got to high school.
When did you graduate?
69, I believe, 68.
So you graduated 11 years before I was born.
Yeah. And I was in all kind of protests, I was in all kind of marches, all that shit. I did all that, man.
Because critical race theory wasn't brought into.
It wasn't.
Hold on. It wasn't talked about in college until the 70s, and even then, it's only talked about in college.
It was only,
It's not one of those-
whispered about.
Yeah, in
What
the
really
70s.
talked about. Yeah. And
Well, again, because it's only the people that are.
it's just a propaganda machine.
Oh, I know what it is.
That's all it is, because, I mean, basically, what are you talking about? What do you mean race theory? It's not a theory.
No. It's theory. You do understand that theories can be proven. Like, there's two definitions of theory.
Okay.
There's a theory that you're working on, a thesis,
Okay.
and then there's a bunch.
Hypothesis.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of. If you have a bunch of evidence and put it together, it creates a theory that's true
Okay.
in a sense.
All right.
Like the theory of relativity.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? There's enough evidence, there's enough things that people have tested, and enough people have done shit that were like, okay, this is a theory.
But the point I'm getting at, and how it affects me as a black man,
Okay.
is that a lot of these Republicans, or whatever they are, I don't know what they are, I don't really know what to call them,
Conservative.
they want to act like slavery never exists.
Or it was a necessary evil. That's the two camps on the conservative side.
Yeah.
It never existed, it wasn't as bad as they said, or
Right.
it was a necessary evil that was needed to create what we have now.
Right. So,
And-
so it's just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it's what rich bullies say when people
Trying to
get
defend
bullied.
something that was
Yeah.
extremely negative in their
It's
past.
like blaming the victim.
Yeah, it is. Or victim shaming, or
Yeah,
victim blaming.
Yeah, it's all like,
That's
don't,
exactly
don't
what
be
it
a
is.
victim. What do you mean don't be a victim? Don't fucking kick me in the nuts.
Oh,
Oh, you should punch back. No.
I had a white guy.
You don't have to punch back. At some point, you should just realize that you don't need to be kicked in the nuts.
I had a white guy tell me one time. He says, "I don't know why black people are so upset."
Because he doesn't. Because he wasn't taught it. I didn't know that the interstate system was designed in most cities as a way to work out black ownership. I didn't know that.
Yeah, of course you did.
That's not taught. in
No one told
history.
you. It was all underground with real estate redlining, gerrymandering, all that stuff was below ground.
Yep. It was stuff
So
that wasn't taught.
unless you look for it, you didn't think it even existed. When black people saying the police are beating the shit out of us all the time, people are like, "Oh, the police don't do it."
They took cameras.
Not one of my
Roger
best friends is a policeman. I know he wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
I know. They took Rodney
And
King
not,
on camera.
and not just black people, poor people in general. I haven't seen poor white guys get the shit beat out of them by police. So it's more of a,
I mean, it is.
anybody
It's
can
just
get their ass
the
beat
chances of me getting beat down compared to you
or less.
are less. That's
Yes.
all.
In fact, I grew up with a white guy that used to fight the police. And
Oh, and in my neck of woods where I grew up, it would like not at my age, but like the generation before me.
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
they'd fight the
There's dudes
police,
fight
and a week later they'd be having
beer at
breakfast.
The,
Yeah.
beer at the fucking bar,
Yeah.
laughing it up like, oh, it's a good time.
Yeah. Remember the time you so and so?
Yeah.
Life is crazy. That's why I'm in the
Simulation thing.
and I'm in the last quarter of my life. I put it that way. I might have another 10 or 15 years, maybe. But as you get older, you start thinking about life. That you start thinking to yourself, really, what is this all about? Really, what is it all about?
Oh,
You're born, you live a life.
I think that's the difference
And then
between
you die.
me and most people is I've been thinking that since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why.
That shit is really good.
Why do we die? Why? Like, it's been something that's been in my head since I never was. I don't want to say carefree. I was
Well-
obviously. It's with what happened to me as a child without proper fucking. Nowadays, not nowadays. Now we know that fucking a child should be counseled after something.
Yes, yeah, that's so
There
traumatic.
needs to be some
Right.
real counseling, not
You-
the shit.
Right, right.
Where you send your kid to a fucking focus group,
Yeah, right.
but actual fucking like deal with it,
Therapy.
shit,
Yeah.
and be open with what was wrong.
Well, we're getting there.
Yeah,
Now, we're getting there.
and that's part of the problem. Is
They're-
that
they're
the other
relying-
side's fighting so hard to keep their fucking place.
Yeah, they're
They do
relying.
not want to have to be. That's what the conservatives are fighting. They're fighting having to come to realization that yes, you don't deserve what you had. You were a piece of shit, and the chances that you fucked over someone else are pretty good. So you
Are
don't
pretty
want.
high.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the past and relive that part of it because you just want things that you want what you saw on TV to be the reality of what you lived.
They want, what do you call it? Where the rich people live up in space. What's that called?
Oh, Elysium.
Yeah, that's what they want. They want,
Oh yeah, they want.
they want that bad.
They want.
In fact, they're getting close to that.
Nah,
You haven't seen the thing, the big balloons they're gonna put up?
it requires so
You gonna
much-
live in a balloon up in
What?
space? You haven't heard about this yet?
No.
They're putting up balloon hotels.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm serious.
I haven't heard either.
That's insane. That's dumb.
It's going they're putting them up. They're gonna put them up there
For what?
for rich people to go
Experience.
to, man. For rich people. What do you mean for what?
Oh, it's just dangerous. There's nothing good there. The radiation itself would kill you.
Hold it, dude.
I mean, it's just not. There's nothing
They-
in space right
this-
now that's useful.
No, they're still gonna do it.
I know they're gonna do it.
They're
It
not
just
gonna
doesn't
stop
make
doing
any sense.
it because that's how they're cut. That's how man is cut. Man is cut to keep going and keep going
No,
and keep going.
keep going is one thing. I understand that, but that's not the keep going we need to do. There's no point in that. Like, what's the fucking point in flouting in the outer atmosphere when you could spend that billions of dollars in making sure that this atmosphere
Turn it-
doesn't go to shit?
Hey, if they did the right stuff, the whole earth could be a paradise.
Oh,
For everybody.
For everyone.
For everyone.
There's enough they figured out how to.
Man, come on.
Resources are not a problem. Like,
Come
there's
on.
certain resources that are, but they're figuring out how to. They're designing technologies that are making the everyday resources abundant resources.
They're making
like
water.
wind and water and
And
light.
I saw a thing on the way over here before I left my house. This guy's invented a machine that makes water from air because air has water in it. And they showed it. He's putting these machines in third world countries
And still, making water out of air.
out of air.
Yeah, like
It makes condensation.
Yeah.
And it drips down. And it's water, drinkable water. Yeah, it's amazing. So that's what I'm saying. Technology is going to catch up to a lot of things that are pending disasters right now. Because water shortage, drought, and shit like that is one of the main problems on the earth right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a concern. And food.
Yeah.
We definitely need to wrestle in our planet to make sure that we have usable fucking soda.
Yeah, and plenty of it.
Yeah, because, I think, I don't know, man, it's one of those things that needs to stop being so fucking commercial and go back to, it needs to be back to basics, and that's the one thing that needs to go back to basics. Everything else, unless they can start synthesizing meat on a level that,
Well, they're there. They're not there price wise.
Yeah, it costs too much. But I mean,
Yeah.
is it going
But
to be
they're there.
good enough? Is it going to have the same fats in it that fucking grass-fed meat has in it? Because that's the thing. You got to make sure it has those right fats.
It's going to be the DNA from that
That's true.
that they can create it from. So yeah, it's going to have that. It's just going to be manipulated. That's the only problem.
Manipulated.
That they
is
get it
an
right.
understatement. Yeah.
That they get it right when they manipulate it, So there's no harmful side effect.
Oh, man.
But we're going there. We got to go there. We can't have all these cows farting all over the place.
No.
It can't continue.
But we shouldn't be eating this much meat anyway.
No, we shouldn't.
That's part of the problem.
That's more of a Western thing.
I know. There's no reason to be eating as much meat as we eat.
Well, they programmed us to do that.
Yeah, so they can make money.
Yeah. Remember when Oprah said something about not eating as much beef and the cattle? Well, they went nuts. Remember that?
Yeah.
They
Probably
went
get
nuts.
canceled for it.
They went nuts. Yeah. She just happened to be so rich, you know, that they couldn't do the harm to her.
Yeah, I know. Well, she has her following. She's not just rich. She's
Oh,
got,
yeah.
She's
Oh, yeah.
got a lot of it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
She's got a section of the population that
Yeah.
follows her, ride or die.
Black and white.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ride or die, bitch.
Right or die. Oprah.
Yeah, that's a different kind of power, man. Like, Obama still has that power, man. I'm telling you. Like, if something happened,
They say he's getting ready to do a lot of more stuff as far as community stuff and making meaningful media stuff.
it's amazed how much he's amazing. There we go. Amazing how much they hate him.
Yeah.
Like, hate.
Well, they always.
Like, I dislike Trump because he's a piece of shit that lies. I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody, but I dislike him. I wouldn't trust him.
Right.
But they hate him, want him dead, like he's the Antichrist.
Yeah. And he's half there.
Yeah.
See,
And
that's,
the crazy,
that's the part that's forgotten.
the crazy part is if you went through each one's life and you covered up the name,
Right. Yeah, I know where you're going. You're right.
you literally watched each one's life without the name, without the color, like, you know, just kind of a read through it.
Yep, yep.
You would literally think, like, the Antichrist would go here.
Yeah.
And the good guy would go here. It's fucking amazing. It's literally just because, not because he's black, but because he's Democrat and black. Because if he was Republican and black, spewing the same bullshit they
But
spew,
it's deeper than that.
they'd be alright with it.
It's even deeper than that, though. To me, the only reason why he wasn't assassinated, he has a white side.
Mm.
He has.
I don't think he was killed because we live in an age where it's going to be fucking impossible to kill a president.
Very hard. Very hard.
Not very hard, impossible.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, the Secret Service is never letting it happen again.
I don't know about
Kennedy, unless they let it happen on purpose.
that. Wrong people get in there, you don't know.
That's true.
And I,
But you
and
control.
I think the
but
wrong people were in there then.
you control the people that are in there.
Because you know, a lot of people think Johnson has something to do with it.
Yeah, yeah. They want to be the president.
A
Yeah.
lot of people. Plus, they didn't like because Kennedy was getting ready to do some things that they didn't want to do.
Yeah, he was gonna take the New Deal and
He was getting ready to do some shit.
yeah.
And
And
they weren't having it.
Once you give it, they can't take it.
Yeah, and they weren't having that shit.
Yeah. Once people get to taste of free healthcare, you're not
Yeah.
taking it away.
No, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Once the genie is
They're
out of the
like
bottle, the
fucking-
genie ain't going back in that.
It's the
motherfucker.
dumbest fucking thing on the planet that we spend trillions of dollars on war. Trillions to blow up people.
Just to kill people.
Yeah.
Trillions.
But we'll not even think about discussing spending.
Trillions on the poor.
Yeah, not even the poor, everyone.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's not just the poor people that get it, everyone
You're
gets it.
you know what? You're absolutely right.
And if you make
Gotta
the
start
rich people
somewhere.
get, again, they're gonna definitely keep it fucking segregated in some way.
See, that's the other thing too. Really, man, it's really on the rich. And the reason why I say that, and I'm not talking about all rich people. Some rich people are very giving and do a lot. You know, those, take my hat off to. But there's a lot of rich people in this country that just really don't give a fuck about the.
Most of them. There's a very select few that actually care. But most of them are either caring because it gets people off their back, and they feel subconsciously guilty a little bit, or they don't give a shit at all because they're sociopaths. I'm telling you, man, it's like you have to have some other kind of, because you have to, in order for a restaurant to make it, you have to, like, to do what McDonald's did, you have to literally fuck over the people that's working for you. Like, you do. You have to fuck over the actual people making the burgers. Like, somebody has
Well,
to
that's
be
why they
fucked
can't.
over.
That's why they can't get people to work now.
Wow.
The McDonald's down the street from me, the other day, I went in there, and the other day, I asked for a large iced tea without ice. And she said, we don't have any tea. And we don't have this. And we don't have that. And then she said, and you can't pay with a credit. She made up all this stuff. And I'm like, what's going on? And then, my friend told me he went to, check this out, he went to McDonald's. No, he went to Taco Bell. He went in there, he was in line, and he got up to the speaker. They told him didn't have any soft tacos, didn't have any mild taco sauce. He said they named 5 or 6 things they didn't have. So he said, fuck it, I'll go to another one. So there was another one about 3 miles away. He went over there, and it was the same. And all of them are like that.
In Detroit?
The whole city. Detroit and that 109 mile.
Is like that too?
Yep.
I haven't been to that one. I haven't been to any of
It
them.
was like that too.
Huh.
So I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, again, we're catching up to the supplies. We're still in that, like, it's gonna take another couple months for supplies to catch up.
It is amazing. So that tells you, if there was a real catastrophe, your ass is out. If there was a real catastrophe, if something like this would make restaurants, stores run out of shit.
Well, it's because we don't live in a world that actually gives a shit about having shit. It's only about shit that makes money. So you, in order to do that, you have to keep shit at that. But we live in a society where they only order exactly what they need every single time. They don't ever store any. They don't ever back up. So they only have what they need, and then when you have a situation like this where there's 3 or 4 months where no one's working, no one can work, or the production is dropped to a quarter of the production, that's producing shit for now.
Yeah, for a shortage later on.
For now, yeah, we're going through that point. They got through all this, they were working through all the shit they already had, because they still have shit stockpiled, but it's only so much, because you're talking about things like tacos and things like that that are very perishable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But this has never happened before.
Because we've never shut down for 3 months. Like everything shut
Like
down.
I said, that shows you if it was a real catastrophe.
Oh, we're fucked.
You're fucked.
We're fucked.
After 3 days, it's not gonna be any more food. After
No,
3
no,
days,
yeah.
almost all the food's gonna be gone.
Yeah, you're gonna have to learn to cook for things. Like you're gonna have to.
You have to stock up at home.
Well, it's one of the reasons you have to fucking get the fuck out of the city, because there's gonna be a lot of people looking for food.
Yeah. But that's gonna be everywhere. Not just gonna be in the city.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
At least out.
And there's gonna be let me tell you something. I know too many people that like to go up north. If something happens, the highway's gonna be packed with people going up north.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, believe me, gasoline's gonna run out. All kinds of shit's gonna happen. The roads will be loaded. You'll be lucky to get out of town.
What do you think would do that?
What could be anything? A meteor,
Well,
could
that,
do that.
that meteor changes everything.
A volcano.
You only got
3 or 4 volcanoes going off at the same time.
Again, those are things where it's like, okay, well, yeah.
When Krakatoa went off,
When that fucking meteor hits, most of the planet is dead anyway.
when Krakatoa went off, they didn't have a summer. That year, that year they didn't have a summer. There was so much shit in the atmosphere. They didn't have a summer. It was cold everywhere. And that was one volcano.
One big one.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
Krakatoa
yeah.
was a big sucker.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, if the one that fucking
Yellowstone.
goes off,
was fucked.
yeah. But again, anything can happen.
And it can happen at
Flying
any-
through the fucking universe.
And
like
it can
this.
happen at any time.
We could hit a planet we can't see.
That's another thing too. You know what? There's a lot of, most of space we can't see.
Yeah.
We don't know what's coming in a lot of areas. Yeah, a certain, what is it called? Grenade, I think is what it's called. in areas that we can't see. They said it could be alien spaceships there. It could be all kinds of shit.
Yeah, but if there's alien spaceship, they would have to be going at the same. Because remember, we're not just sitting in a spot. We're following the sun, which is following its own orbit, and we're being dragged along with it.
Yeah, we're going
doing
at
our own
we're going at
orbit.
86,000 miles an hour.
I understand.
The Earth is traveling at 86,000
Maybe
miles
that's
an
one
hour.
of the reasons it's so hard for aliens to fucking contact us, because getting into our orbit has
No.
difficulty.
It ain't got nothing to do with it.
No.
No. The technology they got, believe me. When you can disappear, you're a bad motherfucker when you can disappear. And you can disappear and reappear. You're working with some deep stuff.
Yeah.
You're working with magic. What's up, man?
That's a good place to have it. Magic. Rudy's talking about magic, motherfucker. You talking about?